Bret Baier scoring an exclusive interview with former President Donald Trump and grilling the GOP frontrunner on everything from his indictment to the 2024 race.
The only way NARA could ever get this stuff, this back, would be please, 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 could we have it back?
And they
please,
asked for that.
Because they have no,
They did ask for it.
No, and
they said,
I gave
can you
them
give the
some,
documents back?
and we were talking.
And then they said they went to DOJ to subpoena you to get them
Which
back.
they've never done before.
Right.
And in
but
all
why not
fairness,
just hand them over then?
Because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to NARA yet. And I was very busy, as you've sort of seen.
Yeah, but
I've been
according to
very,
the
very
indictment,
busy.
you then tell this aide to move to other locations after telling your lawyers to say you'd fully complied with the subpoena when you hadn't.
But before I send boxes over, I have to take all of my things out. These boxes were interspersed with all sorts of things.
Commingled's the word, Bret. What's the thing you want to tease that happened tonight? What did you learn from this interaction?
By the way, it's great to be at the. That's really nice. It's not the accordion though.
Yes,
the accordion. But listen, he is very defiant, as you can kind of tell. He is very. Maybe he wasn't supposed to talk about all that he talked about, but we went down into the weeds about this indictment, and I continued following up some of the things that are in there, and he talked about them. He does not fear going to jail. He thinks he is in 100% the clear, and he believes it's all a political witch hunt, as he said before, but he says it in a little different way tonight. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
What did he think about the growing Republican field?
He seems solely fixated on Governor DeSantis. He talked about him the most. I asked him, is that because he thinks he's the #1 threat? He said, no, it's because he's the closest to me. And he's not that close, and he pointed out the polls many times. But on policy, we went around the horn. You know, he's getting hit from the right on criminal justice reform, on abortion, and he really talked in depth about what his policy positions are.
Did you get into any foreign policy with him?
Tons. We went around the world. China, Russia, Ukraine, Saudi Arabia. He really went off on the Biden administration on China, and specifically the president's statements about the balloon being an embarrassment and not threatening.
Go ahead.
If you covered it, what do you think he would say, or what did he say was something that he would change about his approach from 2020?
I asked him that specifically.
Okay.
And he said, I wish I could be less controversial, but I can't because the press won't let me.
Okay.
And the only way he can get his message out is by being more controversial. That's what he said.
And what is he relying on that he thinks will ultimately put him on top?
Well, he thinks that he's just a better candidate. He talks about the issues if he gets substance out there, and he thinks going head-to-head with Biden will be easy once he gets on the debate stage. I asked him if he's going to be in the debate in August in Milwaukee. He hasn't fully made up his mind, but he's wondering whether he should be in there because he's up 50 points, he says.
And you're moderating that debate.
I don't know, am I? That hasn't been announced officially yet.
Because I thought I was going to co-moderate with you.
I assume I'll be somewhere around Milwaukee at that time.
Okay, good.
We have another clip.
Oh, we do?
Would you like to play another clip?
Let's do another one.
The clips are fun.
Come on.
Yeah, let's do it. Go for it, guys.
Should Taiwan be independent?
So if I tell you an answer, it's going to hurt me in negotiations on the assumption that I win. But I have a very good relationship with President Xi. After COVID came in, I sort of didn't want the relationship, and I sort of ended the relationship after having made one of the greatest trade deals ever made, including USMCA, Mexico, Canada. It's not just tough.
If China
it's being
invaded
smart.
Taiwan, would you go to war to
I
defend
don't
Taiwan?
want to say that because that hurts me in negotiations with regard to President Xi. Now, he knows what I do. And by the way, for 4 years, they didn't invade Taiwan. And they never even talked about it.
It was really interesting. He did that on China and Russia, saying his force of personality on the international stage prevents these bad actors from acting bad. And he really talked about the negotiations that he thinks he can get done behind the scenes.
Yeah, and the right answer is also one that allows you not to give an answer, unfortunately. But that is like, you're not supposed, like, that's his whole game plan.
He
I mean,
did that
Dana
in
knows that. Sitting on the podium in the White House, when you have those questions that on foreign policy are nuanced, you only step in it when you.
But, but it's so
far.
interesting
Make
to have you ask him these questions rather than the ones that answering them in 2016 was very different than he answers them now because he has so much experience and he knows the people personally. It's probably one of his strongest suits is his foreign policy and how he could go against Biden on that. Ron DeSantis, et cetera, they don't have that.
Yeah.
And if the media would just
Pence
let
does.
him be less controversial,
Yeah.
that's what we could really use.
I went
Definitely
through
not self-inflicted.
a litany of things that he said. It's a long list.
Does he think Newsom is going to get in the race?
He didn't talk about it. He thinks Biden's in it,
To the end.
and thinks it's in it to the end.
Interesting.
All right.
I'll see you on the panel.
Okay, I'll be in Bedminster, by the way.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Okay.
See you then.
Sounds like there'll be some golf in the morning.
All right, Bret, thank you. You can catch Bret's
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.